And now, your Weather Authority forecast first, brought to you by Todd Shore's McClarty Ford.
Friday has turned out to be a very nice afternoon through all the archetypes. We'll continue to see temperatures rising up into the middle 80s with those winds out of the north at 8 to 14 miles an hour. Tonight, we'll see temperatures falling down into the lower 60s. Saturday's going to be another nice afternoon, expecting lots of sunshine. A very lovely afternoon throughout all the region with those temperatures rising up into the middle 80s. That's a quick look at your Todd Shore's McClarty Ford forecast first. And the news starts
now. From your community, local news that matters. This is NBC 6 News Local Midday Update.
Good afternoon. Thank you for making us your local news source and tuning in to Local Midday Update. I'm Fernanda Hernandez. We begin this afternoon with some breaking news. A fatal crash has shut down I-220 eastbound in Shreveport. The crash is near a Lakeshore Drive. Traffic is passing through on the right shoulder. Congestion has reached approximately 1 mile in length, and currently the Caddo Parish Sheriff's Office is on scene. We'll have more later on at the 5 p.m. show. In our top stories this afternoon, Shreveport police are investigating a possible shooting after a car crashed into a home. Around 11 last night, police were called to the Morningside neighborhood after a woman crashed her car into a home on West 68th Street. She was taken to Ochsner LSU with minor injuries, and Shreveport police say early reports show the driver was being chased by another vehicle. The person inside also firing a gun. Authorities have not yet been able to identify the scene where shots were fired, but witnesses report hearing gunshots. So far, there's no suspect in this case. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen. That's 318-673-7373. And in Shreveport, Mayor Adrian Perkins announced the 26 members who will comprise his Commission on Race. According to Perkins, this commission will engage in meaningful dialogue aimed at bettering race relations in Shreveport, as well as identifying measures that foster unity and greater understanding. This group includes the Advisory Committee, which is a smaller body charged with advising the mayor on race relations. And meanwhile, Shreveport police are warning of a scam after reports of someone posing as a Shreveport police sergeant over the telephone. SPD received multiple reports of an individual calling citizens and identifying himself as Sergeant McConnell with the Shreveport Police Department's warrant unit. He then threatens callers to send large amounts of money or else they'll go to jail. Shreveport police say they will never contact you and ask you for money over the telephone. If you do happen to get a scam call, hang up and contact your local authorities. And remember, never give any identifying information such as your date of birth, social security number, or credit card number. And after closing its doors because of COVID-19 in March, Cyport is partially reopening this weekend. Cyport's IMAX Theater will open at 25% capacity, showing 3 movies a day. And the executive director says they will be checking everyone's temperature at the door. Cyport is planning to open fully on June 5th. And Shreveport's voluntary furloughs will begin soon, and the city says they have received more than 180 applications. Almost 100 of those applications came from Shreveport Parks and Recreations. 46 applications were from the Water and Sewerage Department. This comes after Chief Administrative Officer Henry Whitehorn wrote a letter last week to city employees giving them the option to go on voluntary furlough. Employees who go on furlough would maintain their eligibility for health benefits and retirement credit. You can read that entire letter on our website, arklatex.com. And turning our attention now to the latest in coronavirus news. Here in Louisiana, the total number of cases is now exceeding 38,000. That death toll now standing at 2,661. Caddo Parish accounts for more than 2,400 of those cases. And according to the coroner's office, no new deaths have been reported in Caddo Parish in the last 4 days. And Governor John Bel Edwards took part in a send-off ceremony this morning for the Navy medical team that has served at Baton Rouge General for the past 6 weeks. The sailors have treated more than 600 COVID-19 patients alongside the hospital team, and Edwards will also be giving a public briefing on the latest measures being taken in the coronavirus outbreak at 2:30 p.m. Of course, you can watch that live on our website at arklatex.com. And meanwhile, Bossier City Mayor Lo Walker provided his weekly update on the city's COVID-19 response. He spoke about recent reopenings in the city.
As announced last week, we've opened our parks for walking and jogging and tennis. And we also, just recently on the 27th, we opened our ball fields for practice only, and we anticipate being able to go to competitive play on or about the 5th of June.
And Fire Chief Brad Zagone encourages business owners to reach out to the city if they need assistance in determining occupancy loads for their buildings. Police Chief Shane McWilliams says people need to look out for stimulus checks so they are not mistaken for junk mail. And NBC6 brings you a special report. COVID-19 schools are moving forward. Bossier School officials say things will change when students head back to class in the fall. The superintendent says it all depends on CDC and state guidelines, but he expects class sizes to be modified based on federal and state guidelines. At-risk students and teachers will be assessed on a case-by-case basis, and homeschooling remains an option. The district is also working on a platform for distance learning.
Social distancing, I think, is here to stay. Our normal routines for what a classroom is going to look like are probably going to be modified and adapted.
And riding the bus is one of the district's major concerns, and procedures will be determined after the summer. The district is planning an accelerated cleaning schedule for each school, and graduation ceremonies will take place inside high school football stadiums. Well, Health Matters and Medicaid will cover COVID-19 testing for Louisiana residents who don't have health insurance. The coverage will last until the federal public health emergency ends. You must be a U.S. citizen or meet immigration status requirements to qualify. Make sure to make an appointment with a doctor who accepts Medicaid to receive that testing. And in Texas, here's a look at the new coronavirus numbers there. There are now nearly 60,000 cases statewide, over 1,600 reported deaths. More than 38,000 people have recovered from the virus. And meanwhile, the East Texas Food Bank is starting its summer feeding program at 23 East Texas locations starting on Monday, June 1st. The program is open to the public, and there are no eligibility requirements to receive those meals. Sites are available in Wascom, Carthage, Hallsville, Jacksonville, Jefferson, Marshall, and more. You can find that complete list on our website, arklaTexHomepage.com. And over in Arkansas now, there are now more than 6,500 cases of coronavirus across the state. 125 deaths have been reported. Governor Hutchinson will be given a COVID-19 update at 1:30 this afternoon. You can watch that briefing live on our website, arklaTexHomepage.com. And safety matters, and Shreveport city leaders say the coronavirus is impacting more than health. It's taking a toll on people's safety as well. NBC6's Jenna Jordan has more.
Memorial Day 2020, not soon to be forgotten by DeQuanis Williams Jr.'s family.
For you not even safe in your own home, and it's crazy.
More than 50 bullets pierced the house on Westover Road, one hitting the 10-month-old.
You shot an innocent child.
Mayor Adrian Perkins says the child's parents are giving him hope.
Honestly, they encourage me. They're happy that their baby boy is having a quick and full recovery.
City leaders say that attitude is needed now to turn the crime rate around.
We're going to be successful going forward. If we're going to avoid a violent summer and remainder of the year, we have to work together.
COVID-19 crippled the area, cutting hundreds of jobs and killing more than 160 people.
The outbreak has changed our lives, has changed our livelihoods.
And it changed officers' policing abilities.
We have not been able to put some people in jail that otherwise we would have arrested.
Police Chief Ben Raymond says that's left more criminals on the streets, contributing to a higher level of crime.
Even if we're just responding to misdemeanor type crimes, that takes away from a police officer's ability to be proactive and prevent more violent crimes.
City leaders making a commitment to the community.
In order for us to build a strong community, it takes all of us working together. And we want to ensure that public safety is not compromised at any expense.
Right now, they're looking for funding for 400 body cameras for uniformed officers at a price tag of $2.1 million over 5 years.
We do have 90 body cameras at this time. But 90 body cameras doesn't go very far when you have over 500 police officers.
Providing police with the tools they need, a priority to help families like Juju's feel safer.
I just don't want, my nephew to have to go through that ever again.
Thank you, Jenna. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or need help coping with COVID-19 related stress, remember the Keep Calm Through COVID hotline is still open. This is a free service that will put you in touch with mental health and substance abuse counselors who are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're seeing that phone number on your screen, 1-866-310-7977. And stay with us. Jesse Kelly has a full check of your forecast coming up next. And coming up, President Donald Trump threatens to shut down social media platforms. We're going to tell you why coming up next. And later, protests continue in Minnesota today over the death of George Floyd. Some controversial arrests have been made amid the chaos. We've got those details for you later in the show. Stay with us.
Now, your Weather Authority forecast with Jesse Kelly, certified the most accurate forecast in the Arklatex.
And welcome back. Temperatures today will continue to rise up into the middle 80s. We're going to see a daytime high of 85 degrees in Shreveport, 84 degrees in Marshall, 83 degrees in Texarkana. We'll see temperatures down towards the south near Toledo Bend into the 85 to 86 degree march. And radar is showing a whole lot of nothing here into the Arctex. All the rain we have seen for the last couple of days is now making its way off towards the east. We'll see clouds continue to decrease throughout the day as we have some thunderstorms still ongoing across portions of the deep south. Now we have this ridge of high pressure ongoing across the Four Corners region, which will continue to move towards the east. And this ridge of high pressure will be the focal mechanism to allow for us to see more sunshine over the next couple of days. If you're looking to do something, get some done this weekend, whether yard work, just get exercise, or even get your car washed, the forecast is looking simply fantastic. It's looking at lots of sunshine. Conditions will be very nice to get your car wash and service. So Rumsfeld forecast shows temperatures this evening continuing to fall down to the 70s. We'll see clouds and a decrease. We'll see temperatures as you wake up for your Saturday morning starting off into the 50s and 60s with a light northeast wind. As we go into your Saturday afternoon, we'll see plenty of sunshine, temperatures into the lower to middle 80s. We'll see daytime highs for your Saturday into the upper 80s in some parts of the region. Humidity levels will be manageable, although we will see those humidity levels become more humid as we go into next week. We'll see temperatures for Saturday evening falling back down to the 60s, and we'll do it all over again for your Sunday. Plenty of sunshine with temperatures up into the middle to upper 80s, and the ridge of high pressure continue to dominate our forecast for the next couple of days, keeping all the rain well off towards the north and also keeping all the rain well off towards the east, although high pressure may break down a little bit as we go into the latter parts of the work week. Now for the kiddos, if you're interested in downloading this coloring sheet, you can color it. You can also find this coloring sheet on our website, architectshomepage.com. You can find it in the community section. You can color it. send it back to us and we'll be sure to show it here on NBC6. And also a reminder that the Red River Balloon Rally will take place on the weekend of June the 12th and the 13th. The weekend is looking simply fantastic. Lots of sunshine. We'll see temperatures for Saturday and Sunday into the middle 80s. We'll see those winds out of the northeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Here's a look at your next 7 days. Looking simply fantastic. Lots of sunshine. Upper 80s are expected for your Monday. Temperatures will warm up into the lower 90s for next weekend, or next Wednesday and Thursday rather. Lows at night into the 60s and the 70s.
Takes aim at social media companies signing a controversial executive order yesterday. Reed Binion tells us more.
My executive order calls for new regulations under Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act.
President Trump signing an executive order targeting social media companies Thursday in an apparent act of retribution for Twitter labeling 2 of his tweets potentially misleading days earlier.
If Twitter were not honorable, if you're going to have a guy like this be your judge and jury, I think you shut it down as far as I'm concerned.
Trump's order doesn't mean people would lose their Facebook or Twitter accounts. What it does is reinterpret a critical 1996 law shielding websites and tech companies from lawsuits.
They have a shield. They're not going to have that shield.
Among other things, Trump's order instructs the DOJ to consult with state attorneys general on allegations of anti-conservative bias. It makes it easier for regulators like the Federal Trade Commission to accuse platforms of suppressing free speech when imposing their own standards. Twitter responded to the executive order, posting in part, quote, "The EO is a reactionary and politicized approach to a landmark law." Democratic House Speaker Nancy Pelosi calling Trump's order a distraction.
What the president is doing is silly. It's silly.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Thank you, Reed. Now, Twitter responded to President Trump's executive order on social media by saying, quote, "This EO is a reactionary and politicized approach to a landmark law. Section 230 protects American innovation and freedom of expression, and it's underpinned by democratic values. Attempts to unilaterally erode it threaten the future of online speech and internet freedoms." End quote. Some legal experts say Trump's move restricts free speech and a legal challenge seems likely. And now in your consumer news, Hulu is testing a feature making it easier to throw a watch party with your friends virtually. Hulu Watch Party allows eligible subscribers to watch movies and shows together and connect over long distance. The feature synchronizes video playback for all participants and adds a group chat to the video being watched. This is Hulu's first social feature and can accommodate watch parties for up to 8 people. For now, this feature is only available on Hulu's ad-free platform.
But you better be damn sure that we're going to get through this.
After the break, we hear from the Minneapolis mayor as he responds to the protests in his city and President Donald Trump. Stay with us.
This is NBC6 News Local Midday Update.
Behind me is a list of names that belong to African-American men and women whose lives ended by police brutality. Each one of these names is the reason why Black Lives Matter was created. This is a movement that brings awareness to these murders in an effort to end police brutality and promote change. The latest victim is a Minnesota man by the name of George Floyd, an unarmed black man who died at the hands of a Minneapolis police officer. Unrest continues across the U.S. over this untimely death. Reed Binion tells us more.
A dangerous situation in Minneapolis Thursday night. Protesters set a police precinct on fire while demanding justice for George Floyd, who was killed after a police officer pinned him down with his knee on Floyd's neck. Crowds cheered and set off firecrackers. The building engulfed in flames. Minneapolis police say all staff had evacuated the precinct in the interest of safety. It was a similar scene in St. Paul, Minnesota. Fires breaking out, stores being looted, and police responding to protesters with tear gas and rubber bullets. The Minnesota National Guard is sending more than 500 troops to St. Paul and Minneapolis as the protests continue. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
And the mayor of Minneapolis has declared a local emergency as the civil disturbances continue. And as news coverage in Minneapolis continues, CNN correspondent Omar Jimenez was arrested by Minnesota State Patrol.
Do you mind telling me why I'm under arrest, sir? Why am I under arrest, sir?
Jimenez was reporting from the scene of protests in Minneapolis over the death of George Floyd when he was taken into custody. During the live report, Jimenez fully cooperated with authorities and offered to move if he was standing in the wrong area. Despite having press credentials, Jimenez, his producer, and photographer were all detained. CNN also had a white correspondent, Josh Campbell, reporting live from about a block away, and he was not arrested. CNN released a statement saying that the report's First Amendment rights were violated. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz called the arrest totally unacceptable. Omar Jimenez and his crew have since been released after about an hour in custody. And as outrage has flooded social media platforms, Twitter says President Donald Trump has violated its rule against glorifying violence and put a warning label on one of his tweets. This happened early Friday morning, and the president tweeted about the unfolding protest in the city, which resulted in a police precinct being lit on fire. President Donald Trump called protesters in Minneapolis, quote, thugs who are, quote, dishonoring the memory of George Floyd, end quote. Trump also tweeted that he offered military support to the governor, saying, quote, when the looting starts, the shooting starts, end quote. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey had this to say about the president's tweets.
Weakness is refusing to take responsibility for your own actions. Weakness is pointing your finger at somebody else during a time of crisis. Donald Trump knows nothing about the strength of Minneapolis. We are strong as hell. Is this a difficult time period? Yes, but you better be damn sure that we're going to get through this.
The mayor has said that he will make sure justice is served for George Floyd's murder. And stay with us in a lighter news. Loving Living Local is making a return to your screen on Monday. We're going to tell you what you can expect coming back, but first we're taking a live look outside with our Louisiana Tower Cam. Jesse has one last check of your forecast coming up next. Stay with us.
This is NBC6 News Local Midday Update.
Well, welcome back. And before we wrap up today's cast, I want to say what a privilege it has been to be able to bring you local midday update each day and keep you updated on the latest in coronavirus news. But the good news for us and all of you watching us at home is that Loving Living Local will be back to your screens this Monday. Josh and I are so excited to get back to seeing all of our guests, and we're going to have a virtual Music Monday in studio guests that you don't want to miss. We're so excited to have some fun and, of course, help our community get back to normal. So we're going to see you on Monday, but first, take a look at this.
This did not turn out very well.
All right, here's a look at your next 7 days. We're going to look at plenty of sunshine for your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Again, if you have any outdoor plans, everything is looking simply A-OK. We'll see those winds out of the northeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour, which will make humidity levels manageable. But as we go into next week, humidity levels will be increasing. We'll see the heat increase as well. We'll see temperatures by next Wednesday and Thursday into the lower 90s, lows at night into the 60s and 70s. It is possible by the end of the work week next week we could see a few pop-up thunderstorms, but it all depends on moisture levels by then. But all in all, the next 7 days is looking simply fantastic. Lots of sunshine with highs into the upper 80s, into the lower 90s as we go into next week.
Thank you, Jesse. See you guys on Monday.
Your weather authority and the Ray Ford Thunder Truck, driven by the most accurate forecast in the Arklatex.